I look faded like a motherfucker. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. I ain't hear nothing more weird sounds in the air. You can't purr no more. Remember, keep your throat sore. I'm lit, Jack. Damn.
In progress.
Yeah, Will, what up, bro?
I'm here, Joe.
Word. You know, we
Yeah,
gonna
but it's bad over there. By me and Ed, I grew up over there. They always shooting at each other.
I ain't know that.
Always. They always been like that though.
Wow.
Ed, always. All the way back 26th Street to 26th in California, all the way back to Costner. It's always been bad. Always been bad.
So you know about the crowd at Farragut, how all the black kids had to.
Oh yeah, that's my home school. That's why I went to Westinghouse. Yeah, you couldn't even walk down. Because Farragut is sitting on what's that street?
It's on 23rd and Sawyer, right?
No, Christiana.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's still sitting. I mean, it's in between those streets.
Yeah, it's on a block. It's like literally sitting on the middle of a block, and that's all they hood. Yeah, they'll fuck with you.
Yeah, they shot my nephew.
They what?
They shot my nephew. His girlfriend stayed over there because it was some Section 8 houses over there. So the first time they caught him, he was walking her home. They beat the shit out of him. He had a black eye for a month. Oh. Second time, I guess he said, "No, y'all not finna beat my ass." He started running. They get to shooting. Bullet came through his back, out of his chest. JoJo's dad, Alicia.
Oh, she ain't on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I grew up over there.
Shit, they shot my baby daddy too. I'm a little disappointed.
They crazy. Anyway, them Mexicans do not like us. Them Mexicans do not like us.
But Paul Mooney said, "Don't nobody hate like family." Straight up.
That's true.
Paul Mooney said that. That's my motherfucking guy.
What's crazy is I've been doing, like, first of all, I don't watch regular TV. If I'm not like reading my Audible books, I'm on YouTube. And then I'm getting this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was sitting here watching about and it's sad that they don't like us. And they don't want to claim us when we pretty much have a lot of, they have us to thank for a lot of the culture, because a lot of those we brought rice over. They don't talk about that. We brought the rice over, and a lot of the, like the horchata, that rice milk, that was us.
I know what horchata. They love that shit. Yeah, they drink that shit every morning.
I don't know if I like it. I can't remember what it tastes like. I'm just like the shit.
It's like they coffee or like they hot chocolate.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's a little loose. It's a little loose.
I mean, just the idea of it just disgusts me, like sweet potato pie. It just something don't click with it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you might not like it. You gotta have acquired taste. I've had it. I had it several times, but it's really loose. It's really loose. It's like a hot chocolate watered down.
But it's whole towns. Whole towns in Mexico is black, but they don't tell you that. Hell, their president was black. They don't tell you that. Well, they know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I was working. Do y'all know what MK Cleaners is on Madison?
MK Cleaners on Madison.
McDonald's. Yeah, I used to.
Yeah. I know what you talking about.
I used to work there, and there was this Mexican man that used to look at me and look at me, and then he finally just came over and he was like, he's like, you look like my grandmother, and I thought he was being funny, and he was like, she's from Veracruz, so you know me, I'm trying to see what some Veracruzan people look like, and they do look black, they are black, and a lot of I got a lot of Mexican friends. They talk about how
me too.
When the babies are born, they want to know what color the baby ears and shit are.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, by looking at the tips of your ears, you can tell how dark you're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody who interested, look on YouTube. It's this what's that man named Henry Louis Gates or whatever? He did this thing called a Black Granny in the Closet or something. And it talk about how they try to hide that they got a lot of black roots.
Yep, they do. And it's not just the Mexicans, the Colombians, it's the Guatemalans, it's the Belize. It's all of them like that. I got some friends that's Guatemala. They darker than me. Colombia's darker than me. I've lived next door to a Belize woman, and she was your complexion.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Because like
your complexion, Brazil the same way. They all dark.
Whenever I would speak Spanish to a Latino person, first thing they say, "Tu Dominicana?" No.
Yep.
I'm not.
Yep. I know what you're saying. Yep.
But the thing
is, that's crazy.
And the craziest thing about it all is they don't want to claim the black roots. It was more slaves dropped off that way than it was in America.
Yep. And they were slaves themselves from the French.
And it was a part of the Underground Railroad. It didn't all go north. This one went south because Mexico did not tolerate slavery. So if you ran away and you were there, you were free.
Yep.
Well, you know they had babies, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, you get down there, you meet somebody, and it happened. No, I know they know, but I think a lot of it is, and this is my take on just even our history, even going forward to future tense. Once we unite, it's gonna be a problem because they're gonna be disciplined for that.
Well, they doing everything they can to stop that. That's why they pit us against each other so much. You know
because they benefit, and they benefit because they're gonna be disciplined for that. Like anybody that allow black people and they have some black culture in them, going to be disciplined once we get in our rightful order. And I believe that. I really believe that. Because what happened, I'm meaning they won't be like put to death, but they will be punished for what they did. And they outright knew what was going on. Yeah. Yeah. From the Italians, from even over in Europe, the dark skin, all the dark skinned people in the world that saw what happened to us. I think if we got in our rightful place, I think some of them are in cahoots. Some of them don't know, but some of them are in cahoots because they know once we sit, it's like sitting right back on that throne. They're gonna be punished for that. They're gonna be punished for all that shit.
Either being the dominant society or being in cahoots with the dominant society. You just don't want to know. And the beauty of being in the place of dominance is it's your way. It's your way.
Right.
This is
what I'm saying? Right, exactly. The story is told by the people who survive it.
That's right.
Right.
You know, so shit, we fucked until we can unfuck ourselves. And I said unfuck ourselves because it's not going to be done. We can't ask the same people who enslaved us and oppressed us to give us free. Like, be for real.
Right. That doesn't even make sense. To me, that should make sense.
They didn't get where they are. They didn't get where they are by just asking. They didn't go say, "Excuse me, King, whatever the fuck the king was at that time. Can you please give us a little bit of freedom?" No, they said, "Fuck you. I'm taking it. We took this land. We're gonna take. We're gonna fuck your taxes. Fuck this. Fuck that."
Right. Straight up.
So
yeah.
Why they want us to ask for something that they took? It's just a fucked up thing, man. I really do believe that it's all about to come to some big. I don't want to say end, but there is going to be some type of reckoning because you don't build things heavy at the top
at all, and think you're gonna sustain that forever.
It's not gonna work.
It's real.
It's not gonna work. That's why they fighting so hard because, for one, y'all know who Kaba Kamene is?
Nope.
No, I don't.
Yo, this dude is like, man, if he be with Phil Valentine sometime, if you know who that is.
Yeah, I fuck with him. Yeah.
Yeah. Kaba Kamene was saying, even in nature, first of all, they're a fucking mutation. And 2 mutations mixing is gonna make a weak strain, a recessive strain.
Yep.
That's why they're fighting so hard right now to survive. Because they said about what, 2040 or 2050?
It's not gonna. Yeah.
They'll be here, but they will not be the majority.
At all.
What are you afraid of being treated like a minority? Is that why you fighting so hard? Is it that bad?
Right.
You know, it's a fight for survival, which is what is done in nature. But when you have manipulated nature the way you have a reason to fear it, because in all the energy you put in oppressing, you didn't plan for the future of how y'all gonna end up.
They plan
right,
because that's where your cancers and your diabetes and your heart disease and all this other shit comes in, is to wipe out a bunch of black folks. Now, I don't know who that was. It might have been you, Eb, that put the video up where they was basically talking about they were trying to wipe out a bunch of black folks in Africa behind COVID-19.
Oh yeah, I also put it up how Henry Kissinger did the same. Who was trying to do the same thing here.
Right. And I was saying that was Planned Parenthood. So
no, this was beyond Planned Parenthood. They were doing things basically to manipulate it, so we were the weaker, sicker, the weaker and sicker.
It's very believable.
Yep.
But it's a whole lot of us ain't getting a vaccine.
It's a whole lot of them ain't getting the vaccine.
Right, they ain't getting it either.
No.
But now I don't know if y'all paid attention. This last rally that Trump did. What he told them people is he's trying to kick off a whole, man. Listen, he told them that they're not giving the boosters to white people. Because at first they was against it, right? But but he gonna appeal to that KKK side of them. How dare we not get something? We're white, we should be getting it. Again, pushing their way into shit that, I mean, is what they call it, overlay for the underplay or whatever.
And he playing their ass too.
Yep.
Of course but he's been saying that he loves the poor uneducated.
Yeah, he does. That's we talk to the most. He makes sure those at his rally.
That's all that's at his rally.
Rally. Honestly. Poor and uneducated. That's how he won his votes.
Yeah. I mean, this man is a grifter. He's a grifter. He runs shit to the ground. And we was already on our way there. And this is just, all this shit is just so fucked up to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, how come nobody else can see this shit? It's like that remember that story they used to tell you about the emperor and his new clothes and shit? That's how I feel. Like, don't y'all see that this nigga is naked?
Nigga.
Damn, they can't tell.
Oh, they know. It's just they have the privilege to pretend that they don't.
Yep.
And that's what I was arguing like for 2 days with this dude telling me, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting tongue-tied, telling me that racism doesn't exist. And I'm like,
who told you that?
That's how racist. This white guy, he was telling me racism isn't real.
Racism doesn't exist for him. Like
exactly.
And y'all need to stop having. You all need to stop having these discussions with those people.
After, you know what?
Ooh, I
stopped after a minute because this is why I stopped. It's not my job to educate you. You know what's out there. You know the truth. It's not my job to tell you. And that's the thing. They want us to teach them what they not going to believe anyway. So fuck y'all. And that's how I did. I started blocking them. I'm not going to argue with you.
Yep.
Because you know it. You just want to try to, I don't even know why you on how did you find me? Get the fuck away from me.
Because all they do is sit and look. They just look and they watch us. They watch us all the time.
Race-
All the time. Now that I do know that.
Now,
They're
I mean, but
obsessed.
and that goes back to that greed again. Y'all want everything, even the
Yep.
stuff that's not even for y'all. Y'all
Right.
want that too.
Yep.
You know,
Mm.
yeah, I believe in separatism,
Me
but
too.
again, we can't even separate and survive because, like, I mean, that's my issue with the Moors. You know, they keep talking about this. You know, their concept of stuff. It can't happen here because it can't be a sovereignty within a sovereignty.
Exactly. I totally
So something has to give. And, you know, it's my mind spinning, y'all. My mind spinning.
I'm listening. We listening.
No, it's somebody else turn to talk. My mind spinning.
You junkie.
She says,
I know your high ass ain't saying nothing. Shut up.
I'm chilling.
yeah, got that dew, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Mountain Dew cold.
Ice
Man,
Ice cold.
You
Alcohol.
cokeheads.
love me a Mountain Dew.
You cokeheads. Just admit it.
Yeah, real. Like I had to give me. I knew I was a little hungry, so I kind of cheated a little bit. I having some chips and dip. After my little whiskey, and I need to do.
Yeah. He been with y'all. I mean, he been over there with Kobe.
But so what about this Kim and this Kanye?
You know what?
Man, fuck him.
That's what he deserved. That's what I say. Fuck him.
It is, but you know what? But it's about, to me, it's more about these kids, and they're making this like Kanye. What he's saying is very clear, and it's a very plausible reason why he's doing what he's doing. And I think that the Kardashians, they want to appropriate us so bad. They want to be black folks. They emulate black women. So now they have black children that they can actually raise, and they're going to try to raise them without the influence of the black fathers, which is a fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And I think that's exactly what Kim's trying to do. Kim don't give a fuck who she sleep with, but now she has three black children, and all of her family, they all appropriate black culture, all of them.
So they're going to attempt.
They have 4 kids.
Is North, Saint, Psalm, and
East?
No, North, Saint, Psalms.
Boy, no. So when she have it Northwest and Southwest,
Chicago, Saint, and Psalm. That's their names.
They got 3.
Hey, Kadar, we should have a Northwest and Southwest.
But I mean, but if y'all think about that shit, like the influence that they will have over these black children, and they're already they fantasize black people anyway, and now they have and they want to look like us. Children. They have control. If they can get Kanye out of there, now Kim can control 3 black.
The mama slept with what's his name, OJ.
That's why they call that the
Johnny Cochran.
Courtney Simpson.
Right. Well, but you know, but you can tell that their mother had loose morals by the shit that they do. All of them, like they go in and out of relationships like it ain't shit, and you don't ever hear the mother like correcting them or trying to counsel them or nothing. They all do it. This is the shit that they do. They all do it.
The whole family.
The crazy thing is black women get vilified for teaching they daughters the same thing that this white woman that made millions of dollars off of doing. But the fucked up part is they all got famous for Kim's and that whack ass sex tape.
But if you think about it, they don't. It's an unspoken rule about what they're doing. They never promote the shit. They never. But the family is fucking famous for fucking black guys. Period. That's what they're famous for. They're not famous for shit else. Kim, like even when you talk about Kim. And like the boxer braids and shit like that, like they even how they talk about her, like how she called President Trump and got folks out of prison, like that shit was good. But at the end of the day, bitch, you fucking a whole black man. You married to a whole black man. You got 3 black children. If that's the only thing that you could do with the platform that you have, bitch, that's the best you could do. That's the best you can do. I don't see her or her family as much as they like appropriating our lips, our ass, our body, our culture. You don't see them marching or giving say or trying to affect change on a bigger platform. You didn't see them out there doing the riots, doing shit. They don't.
She used black men and black culture to get to where she was. And once she got to a status that she was satisfied when she went and got that ass sucked out of her and everything.
Yep.
Man, Kim, no, I think that ass was medical, and I think Kim got tired of folks talking about how that ass and them legs didn't match.
Exactly.
Because I'm not, and I'm gonna tell you why. Eb, you're not gonna convince me that she was just getting what she wanted. Because if that was the case, my whole fucking family does the same thing.
Yeah, they all do.
The little sister do it now.
The four white sisters. Even the four white sisters.
A bunch of whores.
But you know what?
And
But let me tell you
sinners.
what. But see, the white families are teaching their daughters to go after these black athletes.
Yep, that's true.
Get out of it.
But when you think about these black athletes, Eb, if you notice them, especially like the football and basketball, they usually want them from down south.
Yeah, because they still a little, they easier to, I ain't gonna say easier to brainwash, because I think that dude that beat up that white girl, he was from down south too. Remember a couple of weeks ago, that football player came in there and beat up his girlfriend in front of their child?
With that motherfucking ass, like a pimp. I thought that was Pretty Tony. I said, shit.
Talking about like, damn.
No,
it was like, he whooped her ass like she was short of some money, didn't he? He did. But I mean, this is the thing. And if you look at them, they get their asses young and in college. What's that guy named? He's supposed to have been so good, Patrick Mahoney's or some shit like that.
Yeah, he got my whole white wife.
And she groomed his ass from college.
Yep.
You know what? That's just, I mean, you can look at Patrick Mahomes and tell that he, clearly.
I don't even count him as black. He looked white,
man, no doubt, but he's biracial at the same time, and that's just. I don't like. I think none of us have
his baby ain't gonna look none like a black man or a black woman.
Maybe not, but his baby is still in fact black. His baby in the world is going to be treated as a black person, just like he is.
Well, you know what? Maybe not so much, because that baby, and I hate to get all technical, but that baby's a quadroon. That baby's going to look more white than anything.
Right.
Because he's biracial.
Yeah, so that baby's a quadroon. So
right, that's what I'm saying. So if you
look white,
right, y'all in the medical field. So if you got a white man, I mean I call him half breed, and he marries a white woman, and he have a kid, and that kid is half, and then they marry a white, and they have babies. Like the pigmentation of that kid's skin is going to change.
Yeah, definitely.
It's gonna be, the melanin of the black is going to be gone.
It's a whole breakdown, and I'm finna tell
breaking
y'all,
it down.
It's a mulatto. That person has one white parent, one black parent. Then you go to quadroon, where it's one white and one mulatto. Like
right.
And then it goes to the octoroon, where it's like you got, out of all 8 grandparents, you got one black. You still consider black. But then they have it goes the other way too. There's such a division. Why? I mean, it's that one drop shit.
But it's never went nowhere.
It never went nowhere.
It's always been around. We have no control over that. But like I said, can't none of us pick our parents. You know what I'm saying? I, for one, like I said again, I'll say it again. You go get what you want. It's just like if you're in a mall, I ain't gonna tell you got to shop at this store or that store. Go get what you want. But don't
and I don't have a problem with that either. Get what you want, but don't sit there and talk about what you didn't get, like something's wrong with it. That's just not your choice.
I agree.
I mean, I have family members that have married outside of their race, and I love and care for their white spouses. However, my thing is I don't have a problem who you dating. Love is love. I get that. But don't exclude me. Just, don't exclude me. And what hurts the most is most of these dudes have black mothers. So, I mean, what the fuck kind of relationship that y'all have that turned you off from black women so much?
Well, well, look, if it's anything like these mothers today, then honestly, I can kind of see it. Because you got these.
I get that.
I understand, Kennard. I understand that. Even as a black man, I got 3 sisters. Even the things that my sisters or any black woman would do, it could hurt my feelings and stuff. You still have to. I feel like as a race, we supposed to go to them and like, hey, that shit bothered me. I'm not taking that shit out of the locker room before I talk to the motherfuckers in the house. Fuck that. Listen to me. You heard me the first time. Period. I don't think it's okay to leave the locker room or leave the house and then talk your shit about our women. I think you tell them face forward. I don't care they get mad about it. Like, I never cared. I don't care you get mad. I don't like the way you was talking to me. I don't like the way you did that shit. That shit bothered me. But I love you anyway, but the shit bothered me. So I think that's the problem with, even that's what I feel like black women are saying when men that goes out and they start venturing off and being with other races and they going back around. Just say, hey, you don't have to say nothing. Be with that white woman, be with the other woman, and just stay there. You don't have to talk shit. Period. And I totally agree with them.
That's that feminine.
But then that shows you that I ain't gonna say it's wrong, but they already know people gonna have a problem with it. So it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, I know that's why they doing it. But I know why they doing it, because somebody like me will walk up, and I was raised with a single black woman. So now it don't count. See what I'm saying? The playing field is even.
But now sometimes I try to be careful, because I hate to say it's a sore spot with me, because on top of all of that, not only am I a black woman, I am a dark-skinned black woman.
Right.
You know,
I get you.
So, I've always had to, I ain't gonna say be rejected, but there's always been an issue with someone liking me. I get you.
I got 2 sisters that's dark-skinned, and I totally get you. And I don't like the fact that I don't care who it is, whether they're a male or a female that's black, you still at least should talk to your people in your race before you walk out and do something. Period.
And I'm not even gonna lie. When I say that shit gave me a complex, it gave me a deep complex, because I mean, coming up, being dark skinned in a time where everybody was crazy about Lisa Bonet and
right.
So all of them, here I am, a dark little chocolate sister. And I got teased. I got fucking bullied about it. It got me to the point that I remember saying that I wasn't going to marry a black man. I said I was going to marry me a Puerto Rican man or a white man, so my children don't get teased and, ostracized and singled out the way I did. It took me going to high school. It took me going to Austin, and actually learning more about the shit more than we learned in February, and actually learning that there's nothing wrong with me. I'm closer to the original. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it that way, but the darker the flesh, the deeper the root, and all of that stuff. It took me actually learning about what it really was to be black, for me to make the decision. I said, well, fuck it. I'm going to find me a nigga that's 6'3", 250 pounds, and the color of my elbow.
You was crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But see, this is the kicker, though. I feel what you're saying, Eb, 100%, because it's no different than if you developing a complex. And all of this is based upon what black people are saying about you to you. And see, it's not what white folks are saying. My guess is it wasn't what white, especially going to Austin, it wasn't no white folks saying this shit. This is all black. It wasn't
white folks saying it to me directly, but then you got to think about it. Even growing up, it was the white baby dolls. I remember growing up trying to put the little towel around my head to make it look like I had long flowing hair, because even as a child, before I even realized it, it was ingrained in me that my skin was ugly. I was ugly.
That's the sublime shit. Now that's up to.
But y'all heard of the baby doll test, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's out there. I mean, I'm not denying that, but that's all sublime. But we talking about shit that's like right up there in front of you that you can see that black folks don't even embrace black skin.
That's because of all the subliminal stuff. I
Right.
mean, you think about it. From the time that you realize that you realizing shit, you've already been bombarded with white standards.
But we
Yep.
do have the
I
ability.
mean, think about it. Going to church, what did you see? A white Jesus. You go to your grandmother's house as a child, you saw Martin Luther King, JFK, and that white-haired ass Caesar Borgia. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Or you go to the mosque. You go to the mosque, and I know Alicia ain't on here right now, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You go to the mosque and you see Master Farad on the wall. What color is Master Farad?
Light-skinned.
He's white.
White, yeah.
The Nation of Islam now. Master Farad is white. So, and Alicia can vouch for that.
Here's another sidebar. I mean, this stuff has always been around. What's the guy name? We all learned about him in school. W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the talented? I'm sorry, y'all. Talented
10?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Basically, I mean, they were colorists too. It was a lot of stuff going on back then that if you were dark skinned, you couldn't be a part of.
I'm certain.
Just like the paper bag test and things like that. It's just, it's so deep inbred in us that some people just can't break from it. And then, you know, they taught and believe that, you know, it's something wrong with black women. Or in some cases, something is wrong with black men, because let's not get it twisted. It's a lot of sisters out there, you know, messing with the pale pink.
Yep.
Right. But look, Dig, like what you said, right? Okay, so I think about guys like Wesley Snipes on the male side, Wesley Snipes. And well, matter of fact, Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy had a whole skit about that. They were talking about how black he was. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
yeah.
Rick James.
Right, Rick James was talking about how black.
Calling me darkness.
Right, that type of shit, and everybody hee ha ha. But on the real side, we don't know the type of implications it had on Charlie Murphy or Eddie Murphy.
But let me tell you something. That man had been a dark-skinned man up until the point he met Rick James. That wasn't the first, or it probably wasn't even the last time that somebody said something about it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So this is what I'm saying. So I don't think it's embedded in us. I think that we willingly perpetuate it because we're so quick to try to separate ourselves.
I mean, you got to think about it. It is embedded in us because the people that even tease us about it believe that there is something wrong with it, and they had to get it from somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah. You got a point there. But I look at it like, you know, like I say, man, you know, I feel like it's counterproductive, and we cannot. That's another thing that's prohibiting us from advancing as a people, because that's petty shit. Because we still hung up on this tone and that tone, this hair, that hair, this size, this height, this bank account, this whatever. It's just all petty shit. It's all diversions that they did set in place that we voluntarily perpetuate. Because I
don't even think it's a voluntary thing. That's just it. If it wasn't so embedded, it wouldn't. It's involuntary. It's involuntary because that's just how deep it's ingrained in us. We do it before we even realize what we're doing.
I don't go around and talk about, oh, you black or you got this and you got. I don't give a fuck about that. I decided a long time ago. My thing is, if I'm going to judge, which I have that ability to judge like everybody else, and judge is just being decisive. Okay, I'm going to go on a person's character. I don't give a fuck what's in your pocket. I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care what your nationality is. That's where I'm at, because that's petty bullshit. It doesn't do nothing. It doesn't produce nothing. It doesn't help nobody to advance, to dwell on petty shit. So I refuse to dwell on petty shit. Now, I can't speak for the other billions of people in the world, but that's my choice that I made. Now, when I was young, I could sit and regurgitate whatever people said around me and think it's cool and funny and this and that and the third, like everybody else did. But once I got of age and I started peeping shit and understanding and knowing and learning, the shit changed because I wanted it to change. Some people don't want it to change. This motherfucker's older than me. Somebody, you're black and you piss high yellow, piss color, or you this, you that, and it's all to make another person feel bad, so you can feel better about yourself. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. Life is fucking short, and my thing is, I ain't gonna waste time with petty bullshit. I don't have the patience to waste time with petty people or petty bullshit. That's what that is. I'm looking at it like, man, we need to start addressing this, this, and this. What about all these killings going on? Like that 49-year-old that got killed on 71st and Artesia.
You sent it.
We need to talk about that. Don't worry about what my skin color is. We need to be talking about
a quick
that.
question. It's a little off topic. I'm so sorry. I have a do-up question. The baby that they found dead at the fire station, was that baby black? I don't know.
What was the location?
It was somewhere in Chicago.
What side of town?
Hold on, let me look it up because I have been getting notifications about it. Hold on.
I think that the baby, I'm almost certain the baby was black, and I think it was on the south side or near north, one of the two. We got 5 minutes left, y'all. This is the last one we're gonna do tonight, unless y'all want to do another one.
No, we can end it, y'all. Like I said, yeah. I've been kind of off today because, like I said, whatever they gave me in that damn emergency room, and then I did drink a little bit of my wine.
Yeah, you a little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen it. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Need some painkillers.
1044 North Orleans. So, you know what? Is that over there by them? What was it? Them Sedgwick, them homes over there. Is it over there? I know it's right off of Augusta. Is it over there by them projects?
What was the address again?
The fire department was 1044 North Orleans.
North Orleans.
Yeah, North Orleans is like where the old Cabrini, right?
That's what I was asking.
What color you think they are?
It's a toss-up over there because there's been so much regentrification. But the thing is it might not have been anybody. It might not have been nobody from that neighborhood. Hell, somebody just probably driving and saw a fire station. You never know. I was just curious. I mean, I'm not trying to imply either way because I mean, we had two girls at Austin that did some shit like that. So I can't say whether that's a white or a black crime.
Exactly my
out of here.
Exactly my point. Let's just be honest with ourselves. That's all I'm trying to say. And that's a big thing that we need to start doing on a regular basis. Like I say, with this lady that got killed over here, 49-year-old black woman
that's
on 71st and Artesia. And I wish a motherfucker would come say it was a cop or a white person or a Chinese dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's like this. For one thing is, I get what you're saying, Kennard. We gotta stop doing this shit to ourselves if we want somebody to not do it to us. But still in all, we are not a monolith. We are still human beings who still have got complex issues and stuff. Our issues are a little bit more compounded, which is why we act out on each other the way we do. That's not an excuse or anything, but it's like, we gotta learn, we gotta attack one problem at a time. But what we need to do is find out what's the most important.
The most important thing is that Black folks today have made money God, and we'll do anything for a fucking dollar. That's the most important thing. Money comes before everything. We do anything for money. All we talk about
is status and recognition come before everything sometimes, because it seems like I guess you need money to have that, but it's either or.
I think they kind of intertwine. You know what I'm saying? Because at least like if you could, when I was in school, we went to the same school. When I was in school, all the popular dudes was dope dealers, gangbangers. That's what they were. It wasn't their athletes or nobody else, maybe a couple of athletes, but majority of guys, you just had to sell dope and gangbang and you was the shit.
Yeah.
It never changed. It's the same thing. The rappers now, that's what they do. They gangbang.
They glorify having all this money.
And that's still,
They teaches this love for it. It's a love for it for them, and it's like if we have it, it's gonna make us feel better.
right.
It's how can I say it? It's almost like they are they know they abuse, but this makes me feel better.
Right.
That's why people are changing the narrative. I see that a lot. People change the narrative of a lot of different things where it would look bad to sell dope back in the 60s and 70s to your own people. That was it.
Your mic went out, Will. Your mic went out. Will. Can't hear you, bro. Well, we at the last minute. Will mic went out.
My mic went out, my bad.
Pop right back in. We at the last minute.
So I think the narrative been changed, and they changing it whatever negative, they making it into a positive, even though it's still negative. And it's like, oh, it's cool to do. It's cool, like, you know, to do. So they fall in love. You know how a person that's abused, they fall in love with their abuser.
Right.
Yeah,
They fell in love with him. Huh?
The Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
And Black folks embrace adversity. But look, y'all, we are less than a minute. It's gonna cut off in a minute. I just want to thank Will. I want to thank Alicia. I want to thank Ed for being here tonight. We had a wonderful show.